Okay, so here we have our course, and the lessons are nested inside courses. So I go to such a path like courses 1/lessons/117/edit. And now we will go back and add a link to create a new lesson, a singular lesson for a course inside courses show. So let's go to courses show. And somewhere here, we can add a link, let's say above the calendar. We will say equals link to new lesson. It will go to the course lesson, new course lesson path. And we will pass the add course, the current course. Let's see if it works. Here is our new lesson link. And yeah, we get this error. There is no lessons path, but we do go to the path new, or we go to the page of new lesson. So we will just make back to add, no, it's the wrong page. We go to the path lessons new, and back will lead to add course. Okay, so we're on the page of creating a new lesson for this specific course, but the course isn't kind of set. Well, we don't need to set the course at all. We can remove it from the form. We will remove the course from the form, and instead, in the controllers, in the lessons controller, in the create action, we will say that we are creating the lesson with the add course, the course that we set for each action in the controller. So we will say something like this: add lesson dot course equals add course. Okay, we totally remove it, and now let's create a new lesson. Let's create a lesson with some kind of user, with some kind of classroom, start date today at 17:30. It will be confirmed. We don't care about attendances. Okay, so we've created this lesson just now, and you see the course was set correctly. Now, if I create a lesson from the page of course 2, let's go to create new lesson, then course 2 will be set. Let's create a lesson today at 17:30, create lesson. It was created, and you see it was created in this correct course. So this way we create new nested lessons from the course path. Here we set courses to lessons new, and we don't have to input a course ID. We don't have to select a course because we have it set in the controller and in the roots. So looks good. But you see, we create a new lesson for a course, and we again select a user, a classroom, and attendances. And we can actually make this more thematic. We can have a user set by default, a classroom set by default, and default attendances. And for this, we're going to do some building. So we will say a lesson equals lesson new, and we will set some default stuff. We will say office ID, actually classroom ID will be at course.classroom. Let's see if it changes. Yeah, you see, now by default, I refresh the page, refresh, and we have room 2 set. We'll do the same for user. We will say user ID equals at course.user ID. Now I refresh, and you see we have a default user set. And we can do something similar with attendances. For this, we're going to say at lesson dot attendances dot build, and we will say at course dot enrollments. Now we will say as JSON, and we will get only the user ID. Something like this. And voila, we automatically generate attendances based on users enrolled. Now let's take a course where we have more than one enrollment. we take this course, it has 2 enrollments, and when I go to new lesson, we already have these 2 users enrolled, set as attendances by default. So when you create a new lesson, you already have all the attendances pre-built. And it will really simplify work. You don't have to select each time the attendances. You can select them with this builder method. So again, we take all the attendances and get the user ID. And looks kind of nice. Now let's just make this link more beautiful. So I will go back. I will give it a class. So class button. So what color do we have for create usually? It's primary button. I will open. Okay, there is some error. I didn't close the braces. And looks nice. We have a link to new lesson. Now I will also add a break. Once again, maybe it didn't save. Okay, I will make not a break, but a paragraph. And that looks nice. So in the course page, we have this button to create a new lesson for this course. And it will automatically pre-build the user that is set in the course, the classroom of the course, and the attendances as enrollments of the course. And now if we go to the calendar, actually we get an error. We have run the lessons calendar. And it should be run the courses/lessons/calendar. But it's not the best path to keep the calendar, in my opinion. Let's at least move the calendar. Let's actually move it into the static pages. I'll move calendar to static pages, this calendar partial, and it will be render static pages/calendar in our show view, and in our calendar view, it will be render static pages/calendar. So I refresh and it works. I will go to courses, to a course, and the calendar also works. So this way we've somehow already optimized our views. Now, once again, let's have a look at our roots. /roots. We have course lessons index, course lessons show, but we are not using these controller actions. So you see these actions are not present. We don't have def index and def show. So we can remove them from our roots. I will go to roots.rb and I will say resources lessons except, and it will be except index and show. So I refresh and we don't have index and show anymore. So this way we have removed the paths that we actually aren't using from our roots. And it's a good practice to do. And that's it for now. We have basically created a link to create a new lesson for a course. And in lessons controller, we have customized our new action to pre-build the classroom, the user, and the attendances. That's it. Thank you.